Hi everyone, welcome to the TBR show, where I pick my TBR according to prompts in this little jar that rhymed. So let's go straight into it. I pick a prompt from this little jar. I have a little cat. You gonna say hello? So for this fall occasion, I decided to pick a appropriate jar, which is a teacup. I'm gonna pick a prompt, and that prompt correlates to a book that is on my physical TBR. This is front and back. I'm not gonna spin it around now because this is balancing onto 3 little tables and I don't want it to fall down. Let's get right into it. The first prompt is gonna be the book with the ugliest cover. Let's have a little look, shall we? Okay, I have 2 options for this prompt. Now, you might think, Anouk, these are not really ugly covers. Well, to be fair, I don't have a book with like a really ugly cover. These 2 are just plain. Compared to some of the other covers, these are going to be the ugliest one. We have The Secret History by Donna Tartt, which is just plain black with lettering. And then we have The Silent Patient, which... there is a person on this. I'm just not the biggest fan of this cover. I think I'm gonna go with The Silent Patient. Yeah, The Silent Patient is the ugliest cover on my TBR. Alicia Berenson's life is seemingly perfect. One evening, her husband, Gabriel, returns home late from work and Alicia shoots him 5 times in the face and then never speaks another word. Criminal psychotherapist Theo Faber is captivated by Alicia's story and jumps at the opportunity to work with her, a search for the truth that threatens to consume him. That sounds interesting. That sounds very interesting. That sounds like a good thriller to me. So, The Silent Patient is the first book onto the TBR. Alrighty. Prompt number 2. The next prompt is a fantasy book. Perfect for this cozy season. And I already know which fantasy book I'm going to pick because there is a series that I started a few months back and I've been itching to get back into it, which is the Throne of Glass series and which is Tower of Dawn. So Tower of Dawn, I'm not even going to look at the others because I'm just really excited to read this and I want this on my TBR. Tower of Dawn is the second to last book in the Throne of Glass series. Now, I'm not going to be due the back of this because it will give spoilers for the rest of the series, but essentially Throne of Glass follows Selena. Selena, she is the world's most dangerous assassin. She ended up in a prison, but she got picked up out of that prison by a prince called Dorian, and she has to fight as his champion to become the king's champion. Now, Throne of Glass follows all the endeavors that she gets up to during those trials, after those trials, and that's all I can say for you. But trust me on this, that this series is so good. The first few books were like 4 stars. The last 2 books that I've read were 5 stars for me. I am just so excited to continue this series. So I'm sorry I can't tell you too much about it, but I'm just really excited to continue this as the found family, the world building, just everything is just, I love this series. All right, prompt number 3. A sci-fi. Okay, I haven't read sci-fi in a while, and I think there is only one sci-fi book on my TBR, which is Golden Sun. As there is only one sci-fi book on my TBR, this is gonna be the pick for this prompt. I really enjoyed Red Rising when I read it. I since bought the continuation of the series, but have yet to be read. I have yet to read it. So Red Rising follows Darrow. He is a mine worker from Mars, which is where this whole series takes place. And this society is built up of colors. He is a red, the lowest of the low. Now, to explain this all in a few sentences is gonna be very difficult, but essentially Red Rising was like Hunger Games on Mars. If that does not sound appealing to you, I would still say read it. I really can't fully explain this story without giving away half of the plot of the first book. Just know that I really enjoyed the world. I think the plot in the first book was worked out really beautifully, and I'm just really excited to continue this series. So I'm really excited to continue this series with Golden Sun. All right, prompt number 4. For prompt number 4, we have a book over 500 pages. Now, I have quite a few of those in here. It's on big chunks, and I've also already got a big chunk on my TBR. Let's see what I want to pick for this. So, obviously, I could do Kingdom of Ash and just finish Throne of Glass next month as a whole. I could start a new series and read the Book of Azrael. Also, it doesn't look like it, but The Secret History by Donna Tartt is actually also over 500 pages. Let's see, I have As Good as Dead here, the continuation of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This is also over 500 pages. That is intriguing. I'm going to keep that one in mind. And then on this side, I have Fool's Errand and Wheel of Time. But since I already have a big fantasy book, I think starting Wheel of Time right now might be a bit too much. I think I'm going to be picking As Good as Dead under the premise of finishing a series that I am in the middle of before starting a new one. So this book follows Pip. This is the third book in the trilogy A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. The first book, Pip investigates a murder that happened a few years prior because she feels like it's not all as cut and dry as it's made out to be. In the second book, she embarks on a missing persons case, and in this third book, it's all about Pip. Pip has a stalker, one who keeps asking who will look for you when you're the one who disappears. I am really excited to delve back into this world. I just love Pip as a character, so I'm just really excited to see where her story takes her next. And this sounds the most thrilling out of all the three. I think they're classified as thrillers, like mystery thrillers, but I think this is more so the thrilling one. The other ones were more so mystery based, so I'm very excited to go finish this series. All right, that is a few hefty books on my TBR already. Let's go to the next prompt. If this continues to happen, I might just put like 6 books on my TBR, but we're gonna see. A book with a purple cover. Ooh. All right, there are 2 books that I feel like could go for this prompt. We have The 7 Moons of Marley Almeida, and we have A River Enchanted. Both of them are not fully purple, but this has a bunch of purple flowers, and this one has some purple in the design on the front. I feel like since A River Enchanted has been on my TBR for much longer than The 7 Moons of Marley Almeida, I feel like I should go with A River Enchanted, because I feel like if I just keep that on my TBR and keep that on my shelves without reading it, at some point I will just not read it. I fear. So I think I'm gonna have to go with A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. All right, there we go. A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. Let's read what this book is all about. Enchantments run deep on the magical Isle of Candence. The land's capricious spirits find mirth in the lives of its inhabitants, but that mischief turns malevolent as girls begin to go missing. Adira, heiress of the East, knows there is only one bard capable of drawing the spirits forth by song, her childhood enemy, Jack Tamerlane. As Jack and Adira reluctantly work together, it becomes apparent the trouble with the spirits is far more sinister than thought, and older, darker secrets lurks, threatening to undo them all. So I'm very excited to be finally reading this book. Alrighty, for the 6th and last prompt. Alright, the last prompt is a anticipated 5-star read. Ooh, okay, there are quite a few on there because I rarely buy books that I already know I'm not gonna rate 5 stars. Like all the books that I get, I have the inkling of like this could be my next 5-star read. So The Secret History, I feel like some people love, some people hate. Book of Azrael is also like that side of the dice. Plus it's the first book in a series, and I rarely give the first book in a series a 5-star. Prison Healer, I've heard that the second and third book are much better than the first one, so I feel like that's not it. Kingdom of Ash, I feel like it's going to be a 5-star since the last 2 books are a 5-star read for me. That is highly on my anticipated 5-star read. Turn it around for you. We've got Atalanta here. Ariadne was the first book in this interconnected standalone series, and that was like a 3-star for me, so I'm a bit on the fence with that one. Then we have The Wheel of Time, which I think could be a 5-star read, but that is also a very, very big book, and I already have some big chunkers on my TBR, so I think I'm gonna save that. The Night She Disappeared could be a 5-star, but then again, I find it very difficult to give thrillers 5 stars. So I think, with all that said, I'm gonna be picking Kingdom of Ash, and I'm gonna be finishing hopefully I get to all of it, but I'm going to be finishing the Throne of Glass series, which I'm just very excited about. I'm just very excited to delve back into that world because it's been 2 months since I've read a book in a Throne of Glass series because I've been reading so many other amazing books. So it's going to be Kingdom of Ash. All right, so the last book on my TBR is the thickest of all of them. But it's going to be Kingdom of Ash. I am so excited. Well, I told you about the Throne of Glass series when I told you about Tower of Dawn. This is the final and last book in that series. It is so big, but I am also so excited to get into this. So since there are so many chunky books in here, I don't think I can get through more of them than this. But who knows? Maybe I'll get to any of the other books that are on this pile. But who knows? Maybe I'll get to any of these other books. But those 6 are my immediate TBR. Let's go through them one more time. Righty, so here we have my TBR for October. I'm so excited. We have The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. We have Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. We have Golden Sun by Piers Brown. As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. And Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. I am really excited to get to all of these books. Look how big that file is. I'm so excited for this next reading month. If you enjoyed this video, I would kindly ask you to leave a like, comment down below which book you're excited for me to read, and let me know what books are on your TBR for October. If you enjoy books and book related content, I do a lot of this every single week, so please subscribe and maybe ding the little bell. I don't know, do all the YouTube stuffs, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!